Okay, so we're going to take the opposite hand to the side of your face, and we're going to use that just to give a little more assistance to take it to the opposite shoulder. Okay, and just feel how just adding just that little extra pressure is going to increase the stretch a little bit there for you. Just hold it there. And then slowly ease out of that and then change sides. You just need a couple of fingers. Turn your head, have your eyes look as much as you can towards the opposite side, around and behind you. Good to exercise the eyes. Slowly ease out of that, and we're going to do it one more time on each side, taking it across. Can you look a little further around the corner, around to the side? And then recenter, last one here, change sides. Good, and slowly come out of that. Bring your arms down by your side and just give me some shoulder rolls now. Think about the shoulder blades loosening up here, gliding the back of the ribs, and then reverse direction. Keep your arms straight, drive the move from the shoulders, the neck muscles, the upper trap muscles. Good. Now I'm going to go into a variation that goes overhead. So if you don't want to do the overhead movement, just reverse and do a few more of your shrugs in one direction or the next. If you do have a wall handy, or you can simply stand with your arms up above your head, I want you to stretch your arms up like you're sliding them up against a wall. Keep those arms straight and let those shoulders come back down. And again, reach up. And then come back down. So a lot of our back muscles leading to the shoulder blades, our neck muscles, I always say that, but also your back muscles too. So I want to get into loosening up some of these things before we then start to build in some strength. Good, 2 more. Reach, 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 reach. Drop. Last one. Stretch up. And then back down. Bring your arms down by your side. Take your elbows into your waistline. Okay. And we're going to look up as we press our hands back, puffing out the chest, pushing the hands backwards so that you've got a retraction of the shoulder blades. Just hold here. A little longer. 5 more seconds from here. And then slowly ease out of that. I'll get you to alternate. We're going to go through a couple of these moves, but in between, I'm going to get you to go into a W. Now, the head, the torso, it all stays the same. Use the back of your shoulder blade muscles in between the scapula to draw your arms back, 80% effort. Your head should be stacked over your shoulders nicely, though. And feel the rhomboid muscles between your shoulders, gripping and holding, 80% effort. Hold there. Good. And now relax. Good. Take a moment, let your arms fall down. And now we're going to go into our T's. We're going to take our arms out at the shoulder height, nice and straight. And now let's look up again and press the arms back. And we're holding here for roughly about 20 seconds. Oh, I could see a nice little money spider on my roof here on the ceiling. Keep holding. Don't drop on me, little spider. Good. And come out of that slowly. Let your arms relax. And let's do some circles of the neck. So take your ear to the right shoulder, right ear to the right shoulder. Scoot down to swap it to the left. Take it behind, look up. Back to the right shoulder, pause there. And then take it in the opposite direction. Good. And around, recenter. Nice. The next version is to do your Ys, guys. If you don't do the arms over the head, do another T. So with the Y, nice and up, look up. Again, it's more about the pressing of the arms back, remember. So put some energy into those arms. Hold here. Breathe. Imagine the sun is shining on you and you're taking in all those rays. Press the arms back. Just a few more seconds here. Good. And then come out of that. Grab your loop band. I'm going to come a little closer to the screen, but you can stay standing. I'm going to come back standing. And we're going to do 3, what have we got? Yeah, 3 exercises in a row. And then I'm actually going to take us down to the floor, lying face down. So I know that doesn't suit everyone here today. So what I will suggest is that you are going to repeat the 3 exercises we're doing now. Okay, you know them, it's just to remember them, right? Okay, so stay standing and have the band around your wrists and keep the elbows pointing towards each other as you bring your arms up into like a V. You'll find that spot you can't go anymore and then bring it back down. We're going to do 5 of these. Make sure your elbows out wide. Keep them pushing towards each other as you come up. That's going to make it harder. And back down, working through the middle trapezius muscles. And again, bringing it up. And Gail, if you prefer, these are ones you can do sitting as well. If you start to get a bit fatigued, all these things we can do sitting. And back down. Last one here. Good work. Place your hands into, so you've got your palms faced up. Mine's a quite tight band, so if you prefer to use your loose band, I'm going to transfer to the loose band in a second. You're going to do your rotator cuff. Widen through your shoulders, head back, and then press your hands out and in, out and in. So you can see my band doesn't have a lot of give. So remember, you know this, you can always do this one with a loose band. Good. Remember, keep that head up over your shoulders. No point doing it otherwise. Make sure you're in good alignment. We're not going too fast. All right, let's go 6 more. So for those that don't want to go on to our next series, remember what we're doing now, because you can repeat. I'll try and remind you as well. Just a couple more. Lead with the shoulders, not the arms. What's this last one, I think? Last one here. Good. Okay, remember with the triceps and your loose band, you can use the loose band or the loop band. If you're doing the loop band, press the hand into the shoulder to hold one end of the band while you push down and up. If you're doing the loop band, which I'm going to go back to because I like the resistance a bit stronger on here, press down, squeeze the back of the arm there, and then come back in. And then press down, squeeze, squeeze. And back. So we're just going to do 8, but we're going to take that moment to pause and let that muscle grip and connect. 4 down. So don't be quick. And feel the front of your shoulder. Notice what's happening there. Because the front of the shoulder want me to push forward. Don't let it, okay? A little mild pressure in the hand is okay here at the top. 2 more. Good, last one here. and then change sides. I'm going to go back to standing up now with you. Okay, so opposite hand, and let's press down, get that pause and back. The other thing to be aware of is your rib placement. So think about having your ribs stacked nicely over the hip bones. You shouldn't be pushing the ribs out, or you shouldn't be tucking them in, just nicely in the middle. Halfway now, 4 to go. Very slow paced. Good. Now, before we take it to the floor for our next round, if you need a wall for balance or a chair, hold on to a ball. I failed to get in our hip release. Okay, I want you to do a little bit of the hip circles here. So if you need something to balance on, go and find something to balance on. But just start small, and that leg should float as you do your circles through the hip joint. And then reverse direction, take it behind and in front. Release those ligaments. This kind of flows on into the glute muscles as well. Last one here. And then change direction. Oh, sorry, change legs. And find one direction. Do about 5 or 6 in this direction. And then we'll do the same in the other. Just let everything just feel nice and light. Good, one more here. And then reverse, take it behind and back. Two more. For those going on the floor, feel free to readjust your cameras. I'm going to readjust mine. For those that are going to stay upright and continue the other exercises, remember you have your back extension, you have your rotator cuff, and then you have your tricep move as well, okay? If you can, we're going to lie face down. You're going to grab your loose band as well. What we're going to do is, let me just see here. Lie on your tummy, and we're going to start off with darts. Pop your band though, just to rest over the back of your hips. We'll use that maybe a bit later, not to begin with. Now the first one, your forehead is going to be down. If your feet cramp, put a cushion under your feet. Otherwise, toes together, heels apart, relax the legs, relax the thighs. Okay, arms down by your side, turn your palms to face in. Roll your shoulders now away from your ears, up to the ceiling a little. Take the hands off the mat an inch and stretch your fingertips towards your feet. Good, just hold here. Excellent. Now, knit your ribs together underneath and draw in the tummy. Feel it come off the mat. Push the pubic bone into the mat now. And let's lift our chest up. And as we lift, feel like you stretch your fingertips towards your heels, your feet. Good. Take a moment to pause. Chin under, eyes down, and come back down. Relax the shoulders. Good. And again, core on, pubic bone on. Roll those shoulders. Reach the fingertips, but don't look up. And don't go too high where the lower back dominates. Good. And then relax. Take the band into your palms so that the palms now face up. And we'll repeat the same thing. Come up into your back extension, shoulders away from the ears. Now have that band sit a little higher than the glutes. Keep those shoulders away from the ears as you widen your arms away from the body, in and out for 5 repetitions or whatever you can. But you cannot let your shoulders creep up to the ears. Chin under. Good, last one here. And then relax. Good. And again, bring it on up. Core on. Can you give me another 5 in a row? You can grip your band. Do not lose the core. Last one. And relax. We've got one more round, guys, if there's one more. Now, where you should be feeling this, if we've got this right, is kind of in between the shoulder blades into the bottom of your neck muscles, or the top of the shoulder blades there. Last one here. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a rest here. Come down, bend your elbows out to the side, head down. Okay, so again, keep the shoulders from hitching up to your ears. As you lift your arms up and float them, they stay bent. Now you are not squeezing between your shoulder blades. You are just holding your arms there. Think of the muscles on the side of the shoulders, the back muscles here. Good. And then relax back down. Let everything go. And then bring it back up again. Hover. If you want to make it a little harder, take your arms out straight. Keep those shoulders down from the ears. Keep holding. And then relax. Good. We've got 2 more. Up again. Good. So this is working your neck muscles, your shoulder muscles, your back muscles. Good. And relax. So remember, no pinching of the muscles. You're just letting those muscles lift up again. Last one. You're just letting them hold those arms up there. Stabilizing. Good. And then relax. Take your head to the side. Give yourself a little rest if you need. All right. We have got one more. The next one we're going to do is a tricep move. We bring our hands back down to the sides of your hips. We're going to come back into our back extension. So core on, pubic bone. Lift the torso up a little. Now, we're going to rotate our arms. Think of your shoulders now. As you rotate your arms, the shoulders should roll away from the mat. Try one direction and then the other. You'll see, if you roll your shoulders forward, the palms will face up, and that's not what you want. We want the shoulders to roll away from the mat, and then rotate as hard as you can, and then lift your arms up and just hold it here. Keep holding, and then bring it back down. We've got 3 more. Lifting up, core on. Rotate your arms so the shoulders roll away from the mat, and then give it a little more height. But don't lift your back or your chest anymore. Just the arms. Keep holding. And then come back down. Last 2. Roll and lift up. Height with the arms. You guys should be feeling these by now. You're getting really tired. I am. And rest. Last one here coming up. And lift. Rotate. And get your height. Lucky last one here. All right. And then we'll just do a quick little cat and cow stretch. It's going to feel lovely after what you've just done. Bring your arms down. Bend your elbows out to the side. Press your hands into the floor. Lift your head up. Look ahead. Lift, 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 lift into a sphinx or whatever height you can. Draw those shoulder blades back down to your rear pockets if you had any. Good. And then lower yourself down to prop yourself back up. Get rid of your band. And then hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. You're going to look up, arch your back. Look right up, stretch through the front of your neck. Press your hands into the floor. And now let's reverse that. Tuck the tailbone under. Let that head hang heavy. pull the tailbone right under. You've always got more than what you think. Push your hands into the floor. Good. And then slowly ease out of that, and we're going to sit upright onto our mat. Now, we're going to do windscreen wipers. So with the windscreen wipers, we're going to have our feet sit wider than the mat or wider than the hips, and take the legs to collapse to one side. And notice how I push that upper hip. So this top hip, I'm pushing away, right? Push, push, and then return to the center, rotate the other side, open up through the hip. But what you will also get out of this is some beautiful rotation through your spine after you've been working all those back muscles. And back, we're going to do one more on each side after here. Good. Now we are going to go into a glute stretch, and we're going to go onto the floor next. If you prefer, you can do your glute stretch in the chair by crossing your leg over the other, sitting forward. Okay, so you can do that. The one that I want to do today, though, for those that can, is I want you to take one leg to cross over the other straight leg. And I have my right knee in front, so I'm going to take my right hand behind, and then I'm going to pull the other knee across to the opposite shoulder, and I'm going to turn and look to the right. So you want to feel like you're pulling that knee in one direction as you take your upper body in the opposite direction. And why I've given this today is I wanted to get the glute stretch in, but I also wanted to get some rotation through your shoulders as well after the work that you've done. 5 more seconds, give a little more. Can you rotate more, sit up right onto your sit bones? And slowly ease out of that and swap sides. All right, bend the other leg across. Reach around. Pull that knee away. Oh, I just got a nice little crack then. Oh, there's another one. Just breathe. Good. A few more seconds. Give it that just that little bit extra now for me. And then we're slowly going to come out of that. Now we're going to go into our oysters. So you can put your band around your knees for this. And if you prefer, you can do them standing. You might need to hold onto a chair or a wall for balance. But if you are doing it standing, you're just taking your leg out and into the side with a bent knee, okay? For those on the floor, I want you to lie onto your side, okay? And have your knees at a right angle so that the knees are stacked one on top of the other. All right, rest down. Now let's pull that hip up, create the space under here, and let's start to float the leg up and down. So what we're doing here is exactly the same as if you're standing. You keep your right angle as you take it out and in. If you find it too intense, do a straight leg out to the side and back in for those that are standing. Good. Pay attention to the bottom glute, how it supports as well. And remember, you've got your glass of water here. Don't spill it on the hip as you lift up and down. Let's go a couple more. And then I'm going to really make you fatigue. One more here. Let's take a little moment to have a rest. And we're going to go into a circle motion. Now you can do the same if you're standing or just repeat the oysters again. So bring the leg up and hold. And then draw some circles with your kneecap. Little circles. But the pelvis, keep it still. Keep that glass of water nice and still. All right, so 8 down, 2 more. And then can you reverse? Do you need a little rest? Take a rest if you need. And then reverse, 8. Oh, sorry, 10, we're doing 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Now we're not just going to change sides straight away. For those that are on the floor, and even those standing, keep your band around your knees, okay? And if you're standing, you're going to do the donkey kick standing. So you'll probably need to hold onto a wall or a chair, okay? Start with both knees bent if you're standing. For those on the floor, make sure your knees are under your hip, hands under your shoulders. Scoop in the core, and I'll grip with my right toes into the floor as I lift the left leg up. And then I'm going to come back down. We're going to stay on this one side for 8 repetitions. And you don't want to arch your back. You want to get the glute on, yeah, at the top, so that it doesn't arch through the back or move your pelvis. 2 more. Watch that other leg. Don't let it move. It'll want to move to the side. Last one here. And then change sides. Minimize the shifting of your body weight now as you change to the opposite leg. So for those that got the email, there's a short little video on the donkey kick on how you can perfect this. Just a couple more here. If you're very technique driven, one of my favorite exercises. I think this is our last one here. All right, can you remember what side you need to change to? Let's do your oysters on the other side. Well, my hips are working hard. All right, get those knees stacked, one on top of the other. And we're going to do quite a few just straight up and down. Getting things warmed up. Feel your hip. Is it moving? I should all challenge you one day to put a glass of water here. I don't think even I could do that. I think there'd be some spillage. Use your core gently, remember. That's going to help with the pelvic stability. Two more. We'll take a moment to have a short little rest before we then go into our circles here. Take a moment, reset. All right, bring it up. 10 in one direction, 10 in the other. Only work your circles where you can keep your hips as still as you can. Drive the move from the hip, but paint the circle from the knees. That's this. I think we've got one more. Wowza, change direction. There's always one side that challenges you. This is it for me. I am not going to lose count. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's go. Round 2, donkey kicks. If you want some intensity with your donkey kicks, you can do this if you are standing as well, is you have the band around one ankle and one foot, but it will really make you work a lot harder with your balance and pushing up through the foot. So if you prefer, keep it around your knees like we did before. All right, back into a position. So I've got the band around my left sole and the ankle on my right as we lift up and down. So just a little bit more resistance when you do it this way. Check that supporting leg. Don't let it tilt. Six down, 2 more to go. All right, readjust your band. Pop it around the other ankle now and the other sole of the foot. All right. Are we ready? Let's go. Push up and down. So at the top, squeeze the glute. As you press into the band, it's going to activate the back of your thigh, but activate your glute as well. 6 down. Again, 2 more to go, and then we're going to get into our core work. Last one here. Good. Take that band off. Now, what I've been doing in the studio this week is having clients test, are they getting the correct core activation? Are we finding our deep transverse abdominis muscle? So I'm going to get you guys to test it yourself today, lying down. Gail, I think we'll be mostly on our back for now. So if you're not feeling great, I'll see you when I see you next. Otherwise, well done for coming. Good job. Bye. Okay. All right. So place your hands just, so you've got your hip bones, right? I want you to place your hands on your hip bones, but then I want you to bring them towards each other just another inch. So you're on the fleshy bits, you're on the soft bits of your belly. And if you've ever had to cough, let's fake a cough now. Feel what happens when you cough. So take a breath in and then cough now. Can you feel something just under those fingertips, right? A bracing effect. Yeah, everything's guarding and controlling. That's what the body does when you cough, when you sneeze. Yeah. Okay, so 100% of you should be able to feel that. If you don't, please reach out to me and let me know. Okay, what I'd like for you now to do is to try to see if you can activate it without a cough. So just test. Now, remember, if you kind of need to try it again, bring your one hand up, press the knee and hand into each other, and you can feel it, right? It's going to switch on because it has to. It's trying to support yourself as you push into that. So that'll switch on. So if you need a reminder, think about that. But then I want you to take that away and just see if you can bring that muscle on as you breathe out. So focus on your breathing in, everything's relaxed. And as you breathe out, can you fire out that muscle? All right, good. And again, test it again. It's really important that you're able to get these right. Okay, good. If you're still not quite 100% sure, you can try tilting your pelvis at the same time. So you can press your back a little into the mat here as you activate and then release. 2 more here. And release. Good. Last one here. And I might kind of ask you at the end of the class how you guys all went with that. Okay, so progressions. Let's go. One leg into tabletop and then the other. Okay, so to warm up, you could do a toe tap up and down, or I'm going to go straight into a single leg stretch. And we're going to slow it down because I want you to feel that connection switch on before you take the leg out. Keep it on while you bring it back in, but then give it a quick little release and then switch it back on as you take the other leg out and back in. So just slow and focused, good control here, good activation. For those who've been doing it for a while, it's pretty automatic if you're getting it right. Don't have to really think about it. It just naturally switches on. It knows what to do, right? Good. Don't hold your breath. All right, we're going to go 2 more, and then I'm going to make it a little harder. And for those who are doing the straight leg, I'm going to start with you first. What you're going to do is take your right leg out straight for me and hold. Brace. Good. Now bring the other leg out and hold. Bring your first leg back in and then the other leg in. And now start on the opposite side. Now, if you're doing toe taps, you're going to take one leg down a little, hold, then the other one down, first one back up, and then the other one back up. Okay, so whether it's straight leg or bent knee, the movement itself is the same, but really take that time to focus on that correct core activation. Breathe out as you move every time. That short little breath in between. Last one here. Good. Hug your knees. You'll need it after that. Circle it around. Should feel quite nice on the back. Okay. We're going to alternate our tummy work with a little bit more glute work, but in our bridge. So today's bridge, if you can, cross one leg over the other knee. Remember, you can always do what we're doing now with both feet on the floor. If you're doing mine, tuck the heel in closer to your glutes. And we're going to do a combination of 3 moves. All right. Lift the hips up, press that foot into the floor, find the glute. Come back down, lightly tap the mat, and then bring it straight back up. Tap the mat again. Good. Bring it straight up. Now you're going to come down only halfway. 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. And then we're going to hold for 5 seconds. Hold here now. Push the foot into the mat. Grip that glute. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down. Have a little rest. And then we're going to repeat. Let's go. Lift the bottom up. Same position. And then back down. Light tap of the mat. Come straight back up. Tap the mat. Up the top now here. Only come halfway down for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one coming up here. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. We've got one more round, guys. Okay. So it's really important, the pushing of the foot. Let's go. 1 up. Tap. 2 up. Tap. 3, 5 half moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change legs. Swap it over. Or stick with doubles. Bring that heel in a little closer to your glutes. So the foot on the ground. And let's go. Lift up. Tap the mat. So when I say tap the mat, I want it to feel lightness. I don't want it to, land and rest. All right, 5 top halves. 1 and 2. Push that foot into the ground. 3, 4. Hold at the top here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a rest. And again, lift up. 3 repetitions. Up and down. Fully. Hold at the top here. Little half ones. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on this last one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest down. Nice, guys. One more to go. Let's lift. 1. Tap. 2. Tap. 3. Hold at the top. 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold at the top. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Nice work. All right. Bring your legs one up at a time into tabletop again. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. Okay. So we're going to take the right arm to the side and the left knee to the side, but feel the hip underneath. Is it rocking to the side and then coming back in? Now alternate. Left arm out, right knee out, but keep your torso as still as you can on your mat. Use that TA muscle between the hip bones. Keep going, alternating. Takes a bit of concentration. And the other thing I want you to be aware of is to not move the opposite knee that's staying still. Have a look at it. So I'm going to move my left knee out. So I'm going to look at my right knee. The right knee should not move at all if the hips aren't moving. Good. Now I'm looking at the other knee. Left knee should stay still as the right knee moves. And back in. Good, keep going. It's like an upright plank. Feel the back of your hips in the mat. Minimize the shifting of the weight you feel there. Good, let's go one more each side. Knit the ribs together as always. Your limbs should feel light. A feeling of disassociation from the joints, the hip joint, the shoulder joint. Good. And then have a rest. Hug your knees and then bring your feet down to the ground. Okay. Now, you can choose to stay with the cross leg, or the next level is to float into tabletop. Okay. We're just pulsing now. So hands by your side. Lift up into your bridge, whether you have both feet on the ground or not, it's the same. Let's go 20 pulses, half down and up. Push that heel into the floor to maximize what you get out of this. 4, 5, 15 to go. Breathe, don't hold your breath. All right, halfway, 10 more. Try to get control and a smoothness to your move as well, yeah? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Come down, change legs. Bring it up. All right, let's go. Lift up, 20 repetitions. Push that foot into the ground. All right, halfway now. 2, 3, 4. Use your core, yeah. 5. Don't let that back take the load. 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Bring it back down. Woo! Wowzer, I said I was going to work these glutes and work the core. I hope you're feeling them as much as I am. All right, let's go back into our abs. One leg up again. This is me in tabletop, and then the other. Okay, place the right hand on the right kneecap and then the left hand over that hand. All right, you're going to push those into each other, and we're going to go out and in, either with a toe tap or a straight leg. Or if you really like a challenge, start with a straight leg and just lower down and up. 3 options there: straight leg, toe tap, or an in and out with the leg, bending into the straight. Don't hold your breath. Give me 5 more. Don't arch your back. Don't flatten your back. Maintain a natural curve in your spine. Last one here. Have a little rest. Thighs get a little tired after a while. All right. Left hand, left knee, right hand over the top. Find your version. 10 repetitions. Let's go. Down and up. Well, these are hard. Three more to go. Now, at the end of this, if you couldn't feel your TA before, I'd like you to test again, because I reckon you might feel it now after doing all of that. Nice work. Test if you need to, otherwise we're going to sit up and we're going to finish off with a hip flexor stretch. If you prefer to do your standing, you can do your standing. I'm going to do it onto the floor. All right. One leg forward, square off your hips, remember. Okay. Squeeze that rear glute, press open. After being in tabletop, it's nice to kind of open it back up I should keep the hip flexor more towards the end of the class, actually. I normally do it at the start because people have been sitting. It's kind of nice at the end as well. Keep breathing. All right. Kathy, could you find your TA? Yes or no? Yes? Good. All right. Let's swap sides. Joan, could you feel yours? Yes? Awesome. Love that. Good. And I think I can see your feet there, Di. Just give me a low thumbs up or a thumbs down. Oh, yes. Nice. Good. And Ernie, I'll ask you at the end. I know you're always unmute yourself. Keep holding. It's lovely. Because there's no point you doing a lot of this ab work unless you're getting that good connection. And if you don't get the good connection, the back will take the load and it will hurt. And we lose the benefits. Well done. I'm glad you could come today.